The following is a presentation of the ForceCenter podcast feed.
As Obi-Wan Kenobi once said, hello there, and welcome to Databank Brawl, the podcast where we learn about Star Wars characters, discuss them, share our little feelings, and then make those characters fight for our amusement, and also yours. I am your host. My name is Joseph Scrimshaw. With me, as always, is Ken Napzok and whiskey.
We're already sipping.
Ken Napzok. Yeah, there was an extra vowel in your name for some reason.
Napzok.
Ken Napzok.
Doesn't matter what you call me, I'm here.
That's right. And I am apparently Professor Frink today.
Hey, good.
Ken Napzok with the whiskey. We should have Professor Frink fight sometime, just for fun. Why not?
Oh, yeah.
Why not? Just throw some Simpsons characters in here, too. Who cares? Well, it is good to be back here with the whiskey, ready to make these characters fight. Mm-hmm. We are doing a different episode today. We've been all over the map. You know, we did our solo mini tournament a few episodes back. Right. We've done some general episodes. We've done lots of different things, but we are back to a place that we're going to be continuing to visit a lot, and that is The Last Jedi.
Ooh, yeah.
Because they still, as of this recording, haven't added the weirdos from Solo. All the weirdos are in there now for The Last Jedi.
Hey, we educated the world about the Grimace sisters.
That's right.
We've done our job.
People were disturbed as they should be. Look at those. I saw a nice debate. It's like, do they look like Star Trek weirdos or Doctor Who weirdos? Which kind of weirdos do they look like?
They look column A, column B.
Column A, column B. I'm sure they would like that. Yeah. Those ridiculous Grimace sisters. Ken, are you ready for our first combat?
I'm very ready. Looking forward to this.
This is one that I think that seems like a Databank candidate from the first time that anybody saw him. And that is Thamm. 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 I don't know if it said that way. I'm saying it that way. Thamm. Here's what the StarWars.com databank has to say. The tiny alien known as Thamm is a favorite croupier among the Canto Casino's guests, boisterously encouraging gamblers who visit his table and collecting Canto coins with a miniature croupier stick. That guy's just a little weirdo, isn't he?
Yes.
You have him pulled up on Wikipedia?
Yes, I do, sir. I do. And what a choice for today's fight. I've been, I think we actually mentioned from like the teaser trailer days of Last Jedi.
Oh, yeah, like that guy's coming.
Oh, this is a databank. Thamm is the little snail / slug. He's not a frog. He's not like Meeber Gascon. He is his own thing.
But he does have a Meeber vibe, doesn't he?
Does have, because I remember we thought, like, we knew it wasn't going to be Meeber Gascon, but we knew that, we thought maybe it was the same species. But it's not. It's not listed as that at all. And if you look at him, he's got different, insect, I don't know. His hands are long.
Oh, yeah.
He does have
little tentacles.
He does have hands, but they do look like tentacles with like hands. Oh, actually, no, I don't think they have hands. I think he's just wrapped around his little stick.
His croupier stick, right?
His croupier stick.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll read his stats, and then we'll get into the juicy description of what this character looks like.
You're going to be disappointed so far on Wikipedia. Not a lot of stats. Gender male, eye color black, affiliation, Canto Casino.
That's it?
That's it.
We don't know his height.
His height, because I was looking forward to this one. We always have like 1.81 meters is the average. 1.78 is like the average. No, this is nothing. He's nothing. Doesn't even register.
We know that he is not the tallest character in Star Wars, right? That's fair to say. All right, let's talk about what he looks like in detail, because, man, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, he is, like you said, he's got the head and eyes of a snail.
Yeah, for sure.
That is snail influenced. He's got the little. His outfit, which is the Canto Casino outfit, looks a little like. It's like a matador meets like a waiter at like a high class like Italian restaurant maybe or something.
Yeah. Like, I feel like this somebody dressed like this would be like taking me around in a boat in Venice and trying to sing at me.
Yeah, but not like the Venice, but like the the Venetian at Vegas version of it. Yeah.
Exactly. What you think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is really, really funny.
The best approximation of class.
Exactly. Then his whole face kind of has lines and ridges. He looks like Thanos' chin.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, actually, that's a great description. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He's got that kind of snail face. It kind of looks like he's like,
He really does. The placement of the mouth is important to his emotion.
But I like, and they have the quote this time. We actually have a quote. We haven't done that in a while. It hasn't been a lot of good quotes. And I think if this is a quote from the movie, which I believe it is, because I don't watch the movies with subtitles on. I should for training purposes. But I had the quote wrong after watching the movie. I've, no joke, probably seen it 15 times now. And it's threes, Doty wins again. I thought it was in the movie. Threes, house wins again.
Oh, good. Well, that's much more rich.
I've learned something.
Doty wins because he is one of those three twins that have great luck.
Right. The twins from I still haven't read the Canto Bite novel collection. I've got to. So yeah.
Yeah, so he is, if I remember correctly, featured twice, right? Because he's in one of the establishing shots, right? It's in that big tracking shot, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And then he screams and jumps in terror, right?
Yes, that's right. Forgot about that too.
And also excuse me, I'm choking on my whiskey. If you're looking for a treat and you're listening to this episode and you have an internet-connected device, put just the name Thamm, not Star Wars, just Thamm in the Google search, and then just go to images. The first one is this character, and then just a bunch of humans who happen to have Thamm in their name. So it looks like just a bunch of headshots.
Well,
there's just a totally normal human woman next to him.
I am not
bunch
sure
of dudes.
In my life if I'm going to have children, but I'm considering naming my son Thamm.
Thamm
Napzok.
All right, so how do you feel about this character?
I got to tell you this. I do love Thamm.
Yeah.
I think he's cute, and I think cute belongs in Star Wars at times. I remember I went into The Last Jedi tremendously looking forward to Canto Bite.
Yeah.
How Rian Johnson sold it is the upper crust. We don't spend a lot of time around there. They're profiting off of war. All this kind of stuff is like, oh, I'm down for it. And then I know a lot of people didn't like that the Star Wars galaxy has a casino. I don't know why but to me that it's just part of it.
Yeah.
I heard some people complain. I'm not wagging a finger at anybody, but just like, it was too real. It was too real world for me.
Okay.
I heard some of that, but I actually love that it would translate into this living, breathing galaxy that we're climbing into the Star Wars story bubble in. And this little character, Thamm, is part of that. I imagine Thamm applied for a job. He got sized for this outfit. They're like, oh, you'd be great for hazard toss because you're already kind of up on the table. You just got to move around with your little group gear stick. Thamm, you're hired.
Perfect. Yeah, I like him a lot. And I wanted more time with the weirdos.
Yeah, and that's my disappointment with Canto Bite as long as yours.
Yeah.
With yours. Yeah.
I liked some of those just nice establishing shots. The tracking shot's awesome. It's great. But I liked some of the establishing shots that you get in the bonus features of The Last Jedi. And I like a good scream from a background weirdo. If you're going to have background weirdos, let him scream. Let him jump. And he's got a good one. Yeah. So we know he's got a good scream. We'll discover a little bit more, I think, what we think his character is that an out of character moment when he screams, or do we feel like that's his vibe?
Right. Is he panic under pressure?
Yeah, and there's no species for him.
No, I am double checking. Tiny male quadruped. Yeah, no, nothing there.
Nothing there. All right, and who knows? It might be in the old visual dictionary, but who knows? We're not studying for a trivia contest right now, so we can relax a little bit. We'll get back to what species is Thamm very soon, I'm sure. Anyway, any final thoughts? Are you ready for the next contestant?
No, I'm ready, sir.
Okay, I wanted to keep this nice and Last Jedi themed, so Thamm will face an execution trooper. Here's what StarWars.com Databank has to say. In the First Order, execution duty isn't the domain of a specialized unit, but an assignment that any stormtrooper may draw. Executioner troopers carry powerful laser axes and wear armor with black carbon finish accents. Their serial numbers are never broadcast to squad mates' helmet displays, leaving their identities anonymous. Man, I like the execution trooper.
Yeah, you do, huh?
I do.
too.
We'll discuss. I'm jumping the gun here. Let's go to Wikipedia for any descriptions.
Yeah, you'd think they'd have it.
Is it not popping up?
It's not popping up in the right way. I'm going to have to go into...
What?
Oh, wait, no. I see what they did.
What did they do?
I was typing First Order Execution Trooper. It's listed under First Order Stormtrooper Executioner. Thank you, Wikipedia.
Hux would be mad about the disorganization.
Yeah. Not good. All right, but here they are. Okay, so... remember, actually, this is interesting. All right, sometimes you used to say the wilds of Wikipedia a lot more in the early days of Databank, and then with the new canon, that no need for the wilds. It is what it is.
It's separated, yeah.
They made some interesting choices here. In the stats, they said organizational information, which they always list, affiliation, First Order, members, FN 2187. Which does remind me at some point, because like you said, this is an alternating kind of assignment. It would make sense that Finn would at one point have maybe had this job between sanitation jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's it. That's all they list for stats.
Yeah. I want to believe Finn might have pulled this duty roster, but didn't actually have to kill anyone, since it seems like he hasn't been out murdering.
Yeah, wouldn't have experienced that till Force Awakens.
But it is interesting to see, like, the vibe I got from that description is that it's not like, oh, hey, we have somebody whose head needs to be cut off, pull numbers.
Right.
But, like, you get up in the morning and, like, that morning you might be doing that job today. And if it comes up that somebody needs to be killed, great.
Well, it does say Finn had the assignment, hoping each day it would end without having to carry out any executions.
Ooh, interesting. I wonder where that's from.
I'm trying to find... it looks like Star Wars The Last Jedi Expanded Edition.
Oh, maybe... you know what? I think that detail is in the novelization.
That's from Jason Fry's novel. That's right. Probably during that scene.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Again, an advertisement for Jason Fry's Last Jedi novelization, which is excellent and adds a lot of little wrinkles and fun information.
It really is. We read it so fast because I enjoyed it so much. I will want to revisit it for these little details. So obviously there are all sorts of different heights. Let's talk a little bit about what they look like. They have that cool... they're basically... normal stormtroopers, except for that one patch of black, right?
Patch of black, and then their shoulders have the black as well, the extra black. Fade to black. Black is black. I want my baby back.
You're getting close to singing about ribs.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Pop Funko. That's one of the first things that comes up. So, Ken, you are such a big fan of troopers.
Yeah.
Did this fulfill your desire for more troopers?
I'm going to be honest and say not in the end.
Okay.
Not in the end, though I liked it when we first started seeing it. And I do love stormtroopers, clone troopers, different classes, assignments. So I'm all on board the concept behind it. I just don't... It wasn't my favorite moment in the film that this would happen. That I get that Phasma would say, blaster fire ain't good enough for you guys.
Yeah.
It's too good for you guys. We're going to do this a bad, we're going to make you think about it. I can get behind that, because that Phasma would do that. If you look at her culture and from her planet, Parnassus, like this, that would have happened. You know what I mean? I can get behind all that. And I like the design. I like the helmet, the axes, all that stuff's there. I don't know. I don't know why I'm struggling with it. It's just like, it's not like a flame trooper. It's just, are they just sitting there all day? How many people are they beheading is my question.
I think these two execution troopers were like so stoked of like, what?
Finally.
We have resistant fighters on board?
Yeah. It's like being, I once had one of my old security job, there was a fire at the place, and we called the fire department, we put it out. Got it contained, and it was a pretty big trash fire that would have taken down a wood building, and the fire department showed up from, I think, 62 House back in the day in Wilshire, and the captain pulled me aside afterwards and said, hey, next time could you let it burn a little longer? We don't get much fires.
What?
They were excited that they had a potential fire to put out.
Actual fire to put out.
And then it made me think, the guy now sitting around like, we don't get a lot of executions. We got one! Yay! It's been like 2 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a weird concept to me.
Yeah. I like it.
There's a long-winded whiskey explanation why I struggle with the executioner troopers.
Well, it's good. I think when someone is presented with an execution trooper, they should probably struggle with it. That's probably a better moral position than me.
Right.
Like, I can't wait to talk about how much I like them. They're so great.
Yeah.
I think there's something to me like this goes in line with the Ryan Johnson having fun with the traditions.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's been such a tradition to add a new trooper of some kind.
Which I love.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope episode 9, I have 2 more classes of First Order troopers.
Yeah. So I like that they're kind of a new trooper, but not really because it's not that different of armor. It's just this different marking. And there's something that I like since the story of First Order is this indoctrination. And like, especially if Hux and Phasma are working on it, that there's probably lots of little details that are manipulative, but also like just kind of a bureaucracy to be bureaucracy. So people are always trapped in the web of it. It's just something else to have anxiety about.
Yeah, hanging over your head, literally. And this idea, I think a lot of, the course of history, not just fictional stuff, but history, like the act of beheading as a punishment is also a statement to everyone else.
Yeah.
It's done as this head on a head on a pike type of thought process,
Yeah.
You do this, your head's going to be up here next, you know? And I think that fits in line with a little bit of Armitage Hux's designs.
Yeah. And I like that. I love all of the troopers, but we're getting to a point of fun absurdity for me. The amount of specialized troopers. Yeah. Like, I'm sure we're going to have like it's brisk out trooper.
Yeah.
Like, a light wind trooper.
Casual evening trooper.
Yeah, we've got snow troopers, but in Minnesota there's a thing called snert when it's snow and dirt has mixed together, and for the most part, Christmas you get beautiful snow. March it's snert. I want to see some snert troopers soon. It's like normal snow troopers but dirty.
Sunday brunch troopers.
Sunday brunch troopers. Yeah, and I'm not complaining. I love the shore trooper, one of my favorite designs. But I like that this is that randomized thing is cool to me instead of that's all they ever do.
I do like the randomized.
Trained you from youth, and you will never do anything except cut people's heads off when the time calls.
Right. I like that idea. The randomized.
And laser axe. I love it when sometimes they got the weirdest, longest convoluted Star Wars name. Yeah. And it's the laser axe.
Laser axe.
That's all.
It's a laser axe.
All right. So any other thoughts about the execution troopers?
No, other than they're going to have a small target.
Exactly.
Thamm has a small neck.
That's right. Let's see if they can bullseye Thamm as we fight. So we always like to begin by figuring out kind of the where and the when. This is pretty open to us because the First Order reigns for a while. They're having influence before all the events of the sequel trilogy. They're clearly doing business on Canto Bight.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means an execution trooper is marching through the streets of Canto Bight. We can go off Canto Bight.
Ooh, yeah, we could. But I like the idea. I don't know. Here, follow me here. Correct me if I go down a path you don't want to go. Following the events of The Last Jedi, that's now kind of the First Order Strikes Back. Not just, they haven't had time after Starkiller Base.
Yeah.
Now this is the time. They came so close. Now they're pissed.
This is the title of episode 9. I think you need the First Order Strikes Back again.
Again. Again. It's an old joke from my friend Peter Sprite. Yes, and so I like it maybe on Canto Bight that they're taking stock. Last week we talked about debriefing with Draven and Mon Mothma and everybody after the events of New Hope. Maybe First Order's like, what went wrong? How did this happen? How did they get on our ship? Well, some of it started on the casino on Canto Bight. Canto Bight?
Yeah. Oh, I like this.
Send a detachment, make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to lock it down. They're going to just put the boot of terror on the neck of Canto Bight. Maybe they're going to say, like, look, we're the government now, and we're going to nationalize. We're going to galaxyize. Canto Bight.
First Order martial law.
Yeah, that's right. So First Order goes marching in. I don't think Hux is there.
No, he's got to figure out how to rebuild half of the supremacy or maybe a new ship that's going to be coming out.
How to play with Kylo's emotions correctly to get him to behave. And
Yeah, exactly. Supremacy Mark II.
yeah.
A lot of things.
All right. So, Ken, what's a rank under general? Captain, right?
General Colonel.
Colonel. All right.
And I'm going off the old board game Stratego.
All right. I think
Colonel Birds.
I think there is. I think Colonel Pux is there.
Colonel Pux.
Pux.
It's like the cousin. They signed him up. He's like, sure, all right, Uncle Brendel, I'll join up.
Yeah. Yeah. We could imagine he's directly related, or he's just really he's trying to kiss ass.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, Hux. My name's Pux. I'm Colonel Pux.
I see.
Yeah.
I like that too.
So he's marching. Do you think that they just brought people who drew execution trooper duty, or are there some regular
No,
stormtroopers?
there's some regular troopers, a flame trooper to burn some stables out, Fathier
nice.
stables maybe,
Nice.
because the Fathiers aren't there anymore.
Oh yeah, there's probably at least one stable trooper too
Yeah.
that's got armor.
Trooper, he's got like a riding crop and boots.
Yeah, he's got the big pants, big armored pants.
Jockey troopers.
Jockey trooper. That's not stable trooper. Jockey trooper for sure. That jockey trooper can ride anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
The armor is built to ride.
Yeah. Built to ride.
All right. So do they go just marching right into the casino?
Yes. And the casino's still a mess. This is maybe just a couple of days after.
Yeah, they're rebuilding.
A lot of damage caused by the Fathiers. They're trying to figure it all out. Money's taken. It's a mess.
Oh, yeah.
Logistical nightmare. And all staff must report mandatory overtime.
Yeah, all tentacles on deck, right? Yeah.
So Thamm is there kind of cleaning up his hazard toss table. With a lot of other workers, of course, around. But
he knows how his hazard toss table needs to come back together, right? I mean, everything needs to be right. Like the felt needs to be the right way.
All right, that felt goes there. Felt goes there.
Is this the voice of Thamm?
I guess so.
That's great.
3 threes. Doty wins again.
So I think everybody, the First Order walks in, and I think Colonel Puck says, "We are the First Order. We are declaring martial law in this casino in particular. Fan out, everyone, and make sure that people know what's what. Yeah. Let them know what's what.
What's what? On this what's what in which you stand." Right.
And so everybody...
they're fanning out.
Everybody fans out.
Yeah.
And I think one particular execution trooper, what is this execution trooper's name?
He is EN
Nice.
4242.
Nice. Oh,
So I
man.
can remember it.
He knows the answer to the question of life, the
does.
universe, and everything twice.
Twice.
EN 4242. I think EN 4242
Yeah.
maybe a little ambivalent about being an execution trooper. Maybe wants to really hide that, because now the legend, I think at this point, much to Phasma's chagrin, much to Hux's chagrin,
Right.
just like the legend of Finn has spread in the Resistance, the legend of FN 2187
Oh, yeah.
is starting to spread of like, oh, there's somebody who...
The one who escaped?
The one who escaped, the one who is broken.
Yeah.
And the training
yeah.
doesn't work. The traitor, the liar. Nobody wants to be that guy.
Depending on your point of view, he's either an inspiration or a lesson.
Yeah. I think it's a scary time among the troops, because it's like,
Yeah.
what do you think of FN 2187?
Yeah.
Do you think he's awesome, or do you think he's a traitor? And like,
Yeah. I was on Starkiller, but he cleaned a good refresher.
he cleaned that refresher was spotless.
Spotless refresher.
And I think EN 4242 is aware and maybe a little nervous, but a little over anxious to prove himself.
Oh, that he belongs, like almost to himself.
Yeah. Like,
this is
I
good.
hope somebody needs to be executed today
Right.
so I can prove myself,
Right.
is EN 4242's mantra.
Yeah.
So he looks around trying to see where to go and be tough, and he sees something strange. It's like looking in a mirror, a funhouse mirror at a carnival. He sees another being with a long stick.
Yes.
He sees Thamm.
Thamm is over there like, all right, there's some pieces over there. Move it closer. All right.
Croupier.
Croupier.
Is that right? Do we know?
Croupier, yeah.
We'll be corrected
His
no matter
stick
what.
Yeah.
His stick.
Yeah.
His French stick. So he sees Thamm with his stick, and he marches over to do some intimidating.
Oh, yeah. You there. My stick is bigger.
He just goes right for it, and I
He's
think
a little too slow.
I think Thamm's like, yes,
it is,
that's
it is.
an obvious fact. Yeah.
Yours is used to kill, mine is used to win.
So Thamm just banters him up.
Yeah.
And I think, in fact, Thamm, give him a little backstory.
Okay.
I think a lot of people come to Canto Bight because they're hard luck characters. I think Thamm came because he dreamed of glitz, he dreamed of glamour, and he likes the odds. Everybody, many people in Canto Bight are trapped in a web that's created by gambling, which can be fun. It can be a disease,
Right.
In real world and in Star Wars. But for Thamm, it's just a high.
Yeah.
He loves the odds. He loves the game. So I think he just comes at him right away and is like, "Oh, well, so it's smaller. Yep. How you want to put some odds? I can take you in a stick fight."
And EN 4242 just turns on his axe right away.
His laser axe is lasered up.
Staring at him there, and he's just like, "Look, you need to follow my orders." What are your orders, there? You want to play a game? Come on, all or nothing here. There's a saying in the galaxy, never tell me the odds. Good old hero once said that, but I say this. I love the odds. I play with the odds. I live in the odds.
I've never gambled. How does it work?
Oh, well, simple. What do you got to put up against me? I'm the house. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. Which one? You never do know.
I have a ration pack.
That sounds good. Put it on down here. Let's see what's in there.
So he looks very carefully, and he in fact has to do it carefully so it doesn't register because everything's controlled in First Order.
Oh, yeah.
And if he doesn't open it just right away, it will report to someone.
There's a ration control droid.
Exactly.
Back on Starkiller 7.
Yeah.
A tinier base. You'll see it in episode 9. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, when the First Order strikes back, again. He pulls out his little ration pack, and it is just like it's a little goo.
Yes.
It's a little goo substance. Like, yeah. If Laffy Taffy tasted like Tofurkey, that's what it's like.
That's what the world needs. Get on
Laffy
it.
Taffy Tofurkey.
Get it on it, people. That's the future.
He very gently puts it on the table and is like, so if I win, I get this back? Is that how gambling works?
Yeah. Yeah, not only you'll get it back, you'll get more. I got some of that stuff back in storage. I'll pull it out there. I'll have some of the droids bring it up. You win, you get two of those.
All right. I mean, I feel bad about this because I'm not only am I going to beat you, I'm going to kill you. That's what I do. That's what the First Order does. If you disobey the First Order, you die. I'm an execution trooper. That's my whole thing today. Just today.
Today?
Well, not. The execution part. I would shoot you on other days, but today I need to execute you.
That's fair to me. My life is the odds. All right, and Thamm looks around. He knows something's not going. He knows at this point he might just be stalling for his life because he sees some of his friends getting rounded up. There's some bullying going on, some violence around him. He's locked in on this guy though.
Yeah.
If I can stall just enough.
Yeah.
Maybe I can survive.
Yeah. And he's sensing that this guy is a novice. So I think
something's not quite clicking.
Yeah, so I think he's like, you know what? So out back in the alley, that's where we do all our fighting, says Thamm.
Yeah.
And he's like, pick me up. He stretches his little hands, his little tentacle hands out. And I think the execution trooper picks him up.
Yeah.
Puts him in the part of his belt that he took the rations out of.
Yeah.
And very casually like, I'm going to check the alley. See if anybody needs to be executed back there.
So at this point, they're not going to play the game, right?
Well, I think he entirely intends to. I think Thamm just knows that if he tries to fight him, in front of everyone, he'll be killed.
dead. Yeah, he's
right.
dead.
So he's just trying to move the fight to the alley.
Sounds smart.
Which I think he successfully does. I think they get in the alley. I think the execution trooper pulls Thamm out, puts him on the ground, and then he's like, all right, let's fight. And he's just suddenly starts swinging, right? Because he's been well-trained in fighting, but in nothing else.
Don't wait.
I think Thamm was thinking, maybe I'm going to talk my way out of this. Nope. There's suddenly a laser axe swinging for him. So what do you think Thamm does?
Thamm is ducking around like, whoo, whoo, it's whooshing over his head. It's a small target, you know. And
is he screaming like he does?
Yeah, he's like, ah! Even though we kind of knew this fight was coming. So he's running around in like a figure eight, and a tight figure eight, and 42-42 is swinging, but he's just missing. He's hitting the ground. It's sparking like Vader on Bespin when he's fighting Luke. And he can't get him, and it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
42-42.
Yeah, Ian 42-42 is starting to breathe heavy, and I think Thamm calms down a little bit. Like, it's still scary. I mean, he might be chopped apart, but the whole reason he started this with Ian 42-42 is he thought, like, I can outsmart this dolt.
Right.
Fascists like this, they're always dolts.
Right.
And he's justified in this because what he sees, what somebody who watches gambling all the time knows is patterns.
Right.
He sees that Ian 42-42 is just going through this exact pattern that he's been trained to do. And like Thamm is playing a side scroller and he needs to know when to run under the piston before you get crushed.
Right.
He sees the pattern and he can exploit it. So how does he use his croupier stick to attack?
What he does is he sees the swings, and the miss, and the feet work, and I mean it's all solid. 42-42 was top of his class,
well trained
for axe to hand combat. So he finds a moment, and with his little croupier stick, latches on to the laser axe at the base where the shaft meets the axe.
Okay.
All right, sounds like a sex ed class here. And he flings up.
Ooh.
And now he's hanging off of it. And he does a little flip, like a whoop, and he lands on his 42-42's mask, his face.
I love this.
And he's gripping it. And he screams while he does it. Yeah!
Yeah, and suddenly there's a little bit of Ian 42-42 can't quite see, right? He's trying to shake it off, and he's swinging more furiously.
That was erratic swinging,
Yeah, and then I think suddenly everything refocuses in his view, and he sees Thamm's huge face.
Right.
And Thamm's like, hey, I'm here. And I think Ian 42-42, in his panic, he totally like Three Stooges himself. I think he swings at his own face.
With the axe.
With the axe.
Wow. So what he does, he swings up, like almost like, so if he grabs, like you're going to take a axe and you're chopping wood, right? He's got a two-handed grip, flips the axe to face him, and swings. Thamm jumps off. Yeah! Boom, the axe hits the mask.
Yeah.
Cracks it in two. But luckily, he stops. Like as it's swinging up, 42-42 is like something doesn't seem right.
So he pulls it he weakens the blow right at the moment.
Yeah, pulls the punch a little bit.
But the laser hits the helmet, right?
And the helmet just like cracks in two like an egg. Yeah,
yeah. And Thamm sees the young, frightened novice underneath the mask and feels like, I got this. I think Thamm maybe gets a little cocky.
Right.
And where physically is Thamm right now?
Thamm jumped off.
Okay.
So he fell to the ground, and it's a long fall for Thamm. So he's like on the, ow! He's there a little bit, but kind of limping, trying to get an angle.
Yeah.
Because the axe is still operational.
Yeah.
So that's when I think 42-42 turns to him with one big swing of his leg, just kicks Thamm.
Oh, he gets lucky. He sees him. He can see better without the helmet.
Without the helmet.
He kicks him.
Boom. And like, imagine the camera angle's looking down. It's on the patio there on the balcony. It's looking at the action. Thamm is now coming towards the camera. You hear this.
Get full Doppler
Right.
Thamm.
Right.
All right. And where does he end up?
In a planter with some space bushes.
Okay, okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so and I think EN 4242 now is like going in for the kill. He's like, I'm gonna get my rations back.
Right.
I'm gonna be in so much trouble. That helmet is special. Part of it's black. And I think he just starts shunk, shunk, shunk. He starts going at this bush, this planter.
Yeah. He's doing a great job of trimming the bush.
Yeah, it's looking. He's making a
great.
beautiful topiary statue right now.
Yes.
And Thamm is ducking and dodging, and I think he plays a clever ploy. He needs to, just like when you're playing cards, he needs to bluff. He whips off his little vest,
Yeah.
and he hangs it in the bushes. And EN 4242 sees the vest, like and he chops at the vest.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Thamm scampers out of the planter. He gets down on the ground. He goes around behind Thamm.
Yeah.
And he sees where the ankle armor meets like the boot of the armor.
Right.
And he gets his stick
Yeah.
up in there, and he rams
Jabs.
it. He jabs. Achilles. He doesn't. I'm not going to get too gross. I don't like Achilles stuff.
No.
He's not going to. There's not going to be no severing. It's just a. It's just a terrible poke. A painful
Yeah. No.
Achilles poke.
Yeah, no Achilles tendon rips here. I get you. Yes, and now 4242 is just jumping. He's leaping in pain. God, for Zark's sake, what are you doing? Yeah.
All right, so he is leaping in pain. Now, Thamm has kind of a choice. I think he could escape now, but I think he's mad. I think
He's mad.
he had a
pain.
great gig at
Yeah.
Canto Pite.
Yeah.
That
fall hurt. Yeah.
Fall hurt his body. It hurt his pride. He likes his vest.
Yeah,
his
not-
vest got hacked
built for
into.
fighting. Yeah.
So I think Thamm is not going to back down. I think he is going to push his advantage with another attack.
Thamm is, yeah.
What do you think he does? He's got him dancing. Do you think Thamm wants to try to get control of the laser axe? Is that flying too close to the sun?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit too close to the sun, but I think he has his groupier stick, and I think he charges again towards 4242 and uses his stick like a little pole vault kind of pole there, and like boing, and flings himself again. Now without a mask there to protect him, he slumps up against the face, slaps and slumps up against the face of 4242 and knocks a couple teeth out of him.
Oh wow, he hits that hard. He knocks a tooth loose.
Now with his tentacles, he's just balling up and punching as best this little snail can.
Yeah, he's slapping.
Now the
Oh.
scream is not one of terror, it's one of purpose and anger.
And I think, in fact, EN 4242 stumbles backwards. He falls into the bush. They both tumble over. Now, are they had been in an alley, and then EN 4242 kicked Thamm. Where are they now?
They're kind of like out of the alley. They dumped into this patio. I think
Okay.
that's a little bit where the planter was. So they're kind of in this
Yeah.
area. They're in the backside, not
All right.
necessarily where Finn and Rose were
Okay,
watching
but
the
on the
father.
other side of that. But I think there's still a drop. I think they tumble.
oh yeah, there's there's some
Yeah, they tumble over a railing.
yeah.
They go rolling down a hill. Thamm is still stuck.
Yeah.
Stuck. In fact, at one point, a horrible thing happens. They're both flying. Thamm's trying to hold on as best as he can.
Right.
But EN 42 is yelling out in terror and pain. His mouth opens up, and Thamm falls into EN 4242's mouth.
Oh yeah.
Now, how... Thamm's small, but that's still a mouthful, right?
It's a mouthful.
Yeah.
With some of the teeth broken and gone, there's some room to slide in there. He's in there, and I can't imagine Thamm. His skin is probably a slimy little. It's not the favorite thing.
It's slimy, yeah. So I think, I think
That's why I'm not an adventurous food eater myself. So this is your Achilles tendon problem. This is my hot spit moment.
You don't like Thamm in the mouth.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
but
Fair
it's
enough.
but it's a good choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll move on quickly.
No, it's fine.
No, they land. at the base of the kind of the dirty alley where there are a little bit more huts where the people who don't get paid well at Canto Bight live.
Right.
Far from the First Order action now. And I think Ian 4242 is choking to death, and I think Thamm is in danger of being bit in half.
Oh, yeah.
His organs are being squeezed.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
both inches from
It's like the mountain
death.
and the viper.
So I think this is the moment where we should pause our combat
Okay.
and decide who we think deserves to win the combat and who we feel has a moral advantage, what anybody can learn, does somebody need to die, all those great things.
Look, I feel for the execution trooper because he didn't ask for this life. But after Finn, we learned that you don't have to stay in this life. And considering he knew him and he's doing this to try to prove that he belongs as opposed to questioning it, I think he loses a little bit of the moral ground there. And Thamm is just a little snail trying to make his way in the galaxy. And he didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
He didn't ask for this at all.
No, he just wants everything to go back to normal. Right. So you would like Thamm to win. Mm-hmm. I feel
One
good
vote
about
Thamm,
that.
yeah.
I agree with that. I feel like this is Thamm's fight to lose.
Yeah.
Do you want Ian 4242 to die?
Yes.
Wow. You want the irony of the execution trooper being executed.
Yeah. Yeah. I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? It's been a long time. Mm-hmm. I say that. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I think it's been like 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Maybe 3. It's been a long time.
Right.
Let's go ahead and have a murder or a death.
A death.
Because how it happens, I have a couple thoughts. Do you have some thoughts?
I have some, but I want to see where you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you start me out? How does this horrible mouth moment end?
Thamm releases a defensive, evolutionary-based kind of oil, secretes it, and it makes him real slippery. And so 4242, and it tastes horrible.
Okay.
It's almost low-grade poison. So he's like, spits him out. And Thamm goes flying again, lands, tumbles, comes to.
Okay.
Comes to a stop.
Yeah. And I think Thamm takes a beat, right? Because this has been terrifying. This is even worse than he thought.
This is a horrible experience for him.
And I think Thamm says, "Hey, buddy, look, here's the thing about gambling. Gambling can teach you everything in life. And one of the things it teaches you is know when to fold, know when to walk away from the table.
Right.
Tell you what, I don't want your rations. I'll even give you," and he rips off his shirt and his cummerbund.
Yeah.
And they're a little oily and gross. He's like,
Yeah.
"You take this back. You tell your superiors that you killed me, that you executed somebody who is disobeying the First Order, and you walk away." And Ian 4242 does not take this.
No.
I think, and feel free to jump in here, I think that he wrestles with this for a moment, and then his training kicks in. The anger about his lost tooth, his lost helmet, how he's going to have to explain that.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
no, that is unacceptable. I have to take your headless body back. And I have the precision, the training to do it. And I think he takes a big swing with the laser axe.
Because the axe and the group stick have fallen down.
Oh,
with
yeah.
them to
Yeah, they still have them. Yeah.
beach area or whatever.
For
it is.
sure.
Not the beach area, just the down.
Yeah, down
level.
in the alley. Yeah.
Another alley level
Yeah.
down.
And I think he swings at Thamm. And I think Thamm uses his stick to expertly just deflect it.
Yeah.
And it sends him flying still.
Right.
But he
Again.
changes the angle just so the execution trooper swings wildly,
Yeah.
chops his own head off.
Oh. Got him. Body falls.
Yep.
Head rolls.
Head rolls. And Thamm takes a deep breath, right?
Oi. The house always wins.
Do you think that Thamm meant to do that?
I think so.
You think that he is that precise with his stick?
He's a smart snail.
He's a smart snail.
He could do things with that group ear stick, move around that table so fast. He's skilled. He's skilled.
All right.
You see those people on the street with those signs for mattress sales, and they're flipping them and doing all those things. You're like, that's some skill.
Yeah.
That's what his Thamm with the croupier stick.
And I think a couple of the denizens of this lower area, the people who don't make as much money, people like the masseuse Lexo Sugar, they see what has happened. They see that this tiny little guy has defeated this giant, the First Order. In fact, some of the stable kids happen to be down there right now.
Yeah.
And everybody starts a slow
clap.
And it builds. And the kids start making action figures.
Yes.
And they're just going to tell the legend of Thamm, who fought the giant from the First Order. And what happened? The giant, in its hubris, cut its own head off.
That's right. It's like the legend of Luke Skywalker, the legend of Thamm.
Now, do you have any post-credit scenes for what happens to Thamm later in his existence?
I don't. Do you? No, I normally have one, but I don't have one today because this has been one of the more violent fights we've ever had.
Violent fights.
I think the only flash is I think Thamm it's in his little apartment later on, just sitting there in his little snail sweatpants, and he just takes a drink of his space whiskey, and he just says, wow, that was a close one. Can't wait to go back to work tomorrow.
It was worth it. I love, in your interpretation of Thamm, he stays positive no matter what.
No matter what. A lesson from Thamm, everybody.
He's like Ed Wood when he's like, well, my next one will be better.
Yeah.
He keeps it positive all the time. That is the lesson of Thamm and the lesson of this episode of Databank Brawl. Keep it positive or you might cut your own head off. It ended up more violent than I thought. If there are characters that you would like to see fight and possibly die, let us know with the hashtag DatabankBrawl. Ken, where can people find you?
You can find me at Ken Napzok. Also go to napzokfiles.podomatic.net for more of my work over there that's not about Star Wars.
And you can, of course, check out our friend Tony Thaxton, who made the theme music for this show on the ForceCenter podcast feed, and lots of others. He's got a Patreon. He's making even more Star Wars music there. While you're on Patreon, why not visit us? Patreon.com/ForceCenter. You can also check out our merch, tpublic.com/user/ForceCenter. You can also find episodes of Databank Brawl right there on YouTube. You can visit my website, josephscrimshaw.com, for info on live shows, my podcast, Obsessed live shows. You know, I think you were getting into the window where we should start mentioning that show in San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes, sir.
You and Josh McCougar are hosting, right?
Josh McCougar hosting the Mark Ellis led comedy show, which you are going to be slinging some fine jokes and witticisms there as well, right?
I'm going to sling some jokes for a few minutes, and you and Josh are going to be doing all sorts of comedy business, right?
Silliness, indeed.
I'm very, very excited to watch all that happen and be a little part of it. It's an honor. So I've got linked to that on my website at josephscrimshaw.com right now, so go check that out if you're going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram as at Joseph Scrimshaw. You can like ForceCenter on Facebook and follow us on Twitter as at ForceCenterPod. And until next time, as Luke Skywalker once said, well, no one was really listening to him. I care. That's it for Databank Brawl.
We learned, we fought, the glory and the shame. We laughed.